Hello, welcome back. It is week 4 of spring anime. I took a 2 week break. So yeah, I went on vacation. Anyway, time to talk about more shows. More shows are continuing. I'm really enjoying the season though. A lot of mystery shows and unique stories as well. To be Hero X is like kind of like very high quality. The mystery shows kind of go crazy with like Kowloon generic romance and Shoshimin, which are pretty entertaining. And then there's some chill, relaxing slice of life shows. Slime 300, great comfort anime, food for the soul. And some other shows are really nice. And then isekais also continue. So let's get started. I'm gonna talk about like the anime I've been keeping up with, which is like a good amount. I guess I'll start with Windbreaker. So yeah, we have season 2, episode 5. So yeah, pretty decent kind of story continuation. Each episode we see Sakura more of his inner struggle because, he's a tsundere, huge tsundere, but then we see that everyone kind of relies on him. Like all his boys are like very helpful. So basically we see in this episode him like kind of walking on a tightrope, seeing like his whole family, his whole past life, everyone hating on him. So yeah, that trauma kind of makes him shut himself off. He doesn't really trust other people, only himself. But we see that, he's been sick in the past episode, so all his like classmates take care of him. And then yeah, just more like brotherhood, more friendship. We dealt with the huge fight in the first 2 episodes. So now it's just like the boys hanging out. We see Umemiya and some other like upperclassmen. There's the cross-dressing dude who we saw like from last season. So he kind of like makes an appearance here, which is kind of cool. Her name is Tsubaki. So yeah, he has a thing for Sakura. So yeah, I mean, bisexual character out here. Kind of interesting. Really like his design. And yeah, besides that, Windbreaker continues. More characters just like hanging out. It's again really chill so far. But yeah, when the action shows up, it's also like kind of hype. Also after that, we have the Apothecary Diaries. So yeah, season 2, episode 17. I'm gonna mention this because yeah, a lot of things are like kind of heating up. Mao getting kidnapped, like what the hell? Which is kind of like a big deal because apparently if you abandon your post, you might get like punished. So yeah, she has to deal with her kidnappers, Shisui, and the other girl, Suirei, who like was supposed to be dead. She dressed up as like one of the eunuchs. So yeah, Mama was getting like too close to the truth. She realized one of the nurses wanted revenge on any of like the Emperor's concubines. That's why they were kind of like behind the whole plot to like kill the children. So yeah, I mean it's a bit fucked up. And Mama gets accidentally caught in the middle of it. We see her dad is also like in the rear palace. So yeah, he's also kind of solving the mysteries now that Mama's gone. So basically Mama gets kidnapped by Suirei and Shisui. We see Shisui, oh my god, the kind of Genki high energy girl. She's evil, ain't no way. So yeah, apparently like these guys were like disguising themselves undercover, and yeah, they bring Mama to their village because I guess they're preparing for like some type of event or festival. I guess everyone's trying to wear like the mask like we see in the opening. So yeah, a lot of things can happen. It looks like Lockon is trying to rescue her. It looks like Jinshi, he's gonna find her. So yeah, I wonder where things are gonna go. But yeah, Mama gets kidnapped. Kind of insane escalation right there. So yeah, I'm loving like the story development. I'm a bit worried for her, but she's the main character, probably won't face like too many consequences. And we also have Witch Watch episode 5. Each episode of this anime is just peak getting better. I'm so excited. But getting the teacher Mawaka sensei, this was one of my favorite arcs, with her kind of befriending one of her students who's like a really good artist. This episode was kind of split into 3 different sections, which was also cool. So yeah, it's like more funny content. We also meet a new character at the end, Nemu Meow. So kind of cat shapeshifter love interest rival shows up. Basically the first part of the episode was so funny because yeah, we see Cuckoo, who's like a really good artist, and then Mawika, she follows like the same manga. So yeah, it's like Uran Mirage. They're kind of like shipping these 2 like kind of male characters. She doesn't want to expose this part of her life, so she leaves it low key, but then Cuckoo kind of realizes that she's like a manga fan. So then they start like bonding over it. The teacher gets defeated. She kind of lets her real personality out. So yeah, I love like this whole interaction here. Very funny. I can't wait to see more of them talking because this is just the beginning. All these new characters getting introduced and they're all playing like a cool part in the story. So yeah, I mean, very exciting. Next part of the story, Nico kind of like uses a spell on a classmate because he needs to use the bathroom, but he doesn't want other people to know that he's taking a shit. So Nico has like a spell that erases his presence. Kind of like a very funny way to like deal with his anxiety. But basically the spell only works if his hands are crossed. So it's effective, but he can't like open doors. He has to be like very secretive. So basically he gets up, goes to the bathroom. He realizes that it's not really a big deal. No one really cares that you're shitting in high school. So he kind of apologizes to Nico for making her use magic on something trivial, but she's like, no, it's all good. I live to help people. I want to get stronger as a witch. And her magic crystal on her wand is actually like glowing brighter. So I mean, like this poop story was all worth it. Very funny. And also like seeing Nico just like help more people was cool. Also, yes, third part of the episode, we see Nemu Meow, cat shape-shifting witch. And yeah, she's kind of like very serious, but at the same time, she's so anxious. She wants Morihito for herself because he's such a strong familiar. but she can't talk to men. She's very shy, doesn't like getting touched. So yeah, she has to deal with her anxiety first. So she transforms into a cat, kind of like follows Morihito, Nico, and Khan back to their house. And now like she's getting pet by Morihito. So she likes his kind of comforting like hand while she's like a tiny cat. Writing poems while getting patted down. I think the big problem is that if she falls asleep, because you know Morihito is like really comforting, her spell will revert and people will see that she's like kind of breaking into their house and getting pet by Morihito. So she thinks this is really embarrassing, so she does fall asleep. Everyone else gets distracted at the same time. It was well done with like, you know, Khan rolling like the super rare gacha. And then Nemu takes the opportunity to leave. We'll probably see more of her again. But you know, very funny skits. I love this episode. Great characters and fun moments. So yeah, can't wait for more Witch Watch every week. Also, we have Rock is a Lady's Modesty. 5 episodes so far. I'm loving this show. Girls forming bands, they always hit for some reason. Yeah, this one, there's like some family drama that gets solved like pretty easily in this episode. So our main character, Lolisa, she's kind of like playing in like this like orchestra type concert with Oto. And yeah, they're just like kind of backup replacements. The concert's like filled with a bunch of like elderly people. They're just like performing to relax. It's supposed to like a chill hobby. Lolisa and Oto are like, nah, this is too boring. We're gonna rock out. So they start kind of like dictating the pace. The conductor doesn't really know what to do. Everyone's trying to follow them. So it's like pretty intense scene with like this chill orchestra just like working hard to like rock and keep up with the girls. Kind of shows that Lolisa is a savage. She's really good at guitar and just wants everyone to know her passion. So the problem is her sister, her stepsister that like really hates her, Arasu, she's in the crowd as well. So Lolisa would probably have gotten in trouble, but like her kind of inspiration, her real personality out here kind of like charms the sister. So now they're like friends. So yeah, that's cool. Problem solved there. Looks like Lolisa will kind of like continue playing in the band. I think the problem is that her mom is like the new villain. So there has to be like kind of like an antagonist. So I guess it's the mom. We'll deal with her later probably. But you know, I'm glad the girls are rocking. I'm glad the story is kind of like continuing. Hopefully we find more characters to join the band in the future. But yeah, again, this anime is like pretty fun. Decent character moments. Like animation's like nothing crazy. But besides that, you know, fun new anime. I like watching it every week. And you know, these girls rocking out with their facial expressions. It's pretty peak. We also have Fire Force season 3 episode 5. I mean, I love the story of Fire Force. It's like fun goofy fights as like things are escalating. We see Arthur versus Dragon, the beginning of that fight this episode, which is nice. But yeah, the animation leaves a bit to be desired. Like I knew like watching from the trailers, it wasn't going to be that great, but you know, it's a bit noticeable, unfortunately, because season 1 and 2 were like really nice. Season 3 is fine, but it could be better. You know, the fight with Burns was like meh. We see this episode, the story is like still pretty funny. You know, Arthur versus Dragon peak, it's gonna be peak. Dragon kind of like Giga Chad, big man, doesn't really fight back and just like tanking everything, just like destroying Arthur passively with the skills. So yeah, Arthur has to kind of like level up. We'll see their fight kind of continue, but it looks like Arthur's defeated for now. The funny part I did like about this episode is Obi. So he almost got bitten by the bug. That was like the whole point of the season, is like kind of turning Obi into an infernal. But then his muscles, he's just flexing, so they're so hard that the bug can't penetrate. But the problem is no one's helping him. Everyone's like distracted fighting the other guys, and then Burns is there kind of guarding Obi. So that's gonna be interesting. But yeah, Obi's just like there flexing eternally. If he unflexes, the bugs will bite him, so we have to save him there. Other stuff that happened this season, I guess we beat Gold. Tamaki was like the tank, and after that, yeah, Joker and Shinra still gotta be Captain Burns. So I mean, the story's decent, the fights are kind of hype, but at the same time, you know, lack of animation is a bit underwhelming. I don't think it'll get better. Maybe there'll be like a great scene happening during the Arthur Dragon fight, but besides that, you know, Fire Force continues. I'm still gonna watch it. I like Fire Force. Also, after that, let's talk about some comfort shows. I'm talking about Slime 300, Isekai, very chill. I'm talking about and Shirley, also very chill. A lot of other stuff. Atelier Master, Zatsu, Tabi, Aharen, Food for the Soul. They're just like great anime, you know, slice of life, cute girls doing cute things type shit. So yeah, to save you some time, I'll just go over them quickly. Slime 300, I've been enjoying every week though. Banger opening, banger ending, seeing everyone dancing. New character we meet, Sandra the Mandragora. So yeah, I mean, nothing too crazy, just like very relaxing show. And Shirley's also like really good. Also looks beautiful. It's a bit repetitive, like hearing Anne just like say random shit each episode, but she's kind of like going through her whole life, just like growing up, little girl, getting herself into a lot of trouble, but at the same time, just like experiencing new things. She loves everything around her, her school, her friends, her life. She does get injured in episode 5, breaks her ankle. But that's going on. She really likes her school and her teacher. The problem is her parents see that she's actually really smart, so maybe they'll transfer her to a better school, which is unfortunate because she has all these friends here. She has Maria, has the like kind of dude hitting on her. So yeah, I guess we'll see what's gonna happen. But it's like another chill show in the countryside. We have Food for the Soul. I love this one as well. Cute girls doing cute things. Again, repetitive. We got the main character, introverted girl, cooking. It's a great recipe for success there. And yeah, they're doing a lot of things in a club. We see more girls showing up, more recipes. They kind of make like meat skewers and meat sandwiches this episode. So if you need an anime to satisfy your hunger, if you need some cute college girls cooking, put this on your list for sure. Any other shows like the Unaware Atelier Master? This one's really funny. Like the gimmick isn't really getting old. It's just like more escalations on how overpowered this character is. Her end's also like really funny. She's just doing shit. So yeah, more of the same, but continuation, season 2 of the romance. And also finally we have Zatsu Tabi for like comfort shows. So I mean, very similar to Euro Camp, girl just like traveling, maybe some other girls join in. So our main character Chica just like visiting new stuff. We see, I think she visited Inari Shrine this episode. So yeah, more Kyoto stuff. I've been to Kyoto, a lot of shrines, a lot of stairs. So it's really cool to see this girl's journey. So hopefully she finds that inspiration with her manga. She's still doing editing gigs. So it'll be really satisfying to see like the culmination of her journey, see like what it amounts to, if she gets anywhere, and maybe it'll inspire you to go on vacation as well. Also, after that, let's talk about some other shows, maybe mystery shows. So we got Kowloon generic romance coming in. So yeah, I mean, a very unique show. A lot of like hot women, and it's kind of like nostalgic, old-timey Hong Kong like city. So I like seeing people just like hang out, eating food. And then there's like a lot of creepy characters as well as the story kind of unfolds episode by episode. I still have no idea what's gonna happen. But basically, they kind of admit that people have doppelgangers. So Reiko, there's like Kujirai A and B. I don't know what happened to her. Apparently she's dead. No one knows. No confirmation yet. But yeah, it's still like really weird. People acknowledge this. It looks like Kowloon was actually destroyed, and then maybe this generic Terra is like projecting this fake world. Like even if the story is a bit unknown, the vibes are still good episode by episode. Seeing like all these characters kind of interact, talk to each other, live in this world, kind of like deal with their insecurities, not knowing like where they belong, stuff like that. So a very interesting anime. If the story is a bit confusing, then you could still watch for the hot waifus. Also, we have Shoshimin for mystery type shows. I mean, this one, we're still following this like kind of fire arc in season 2 where the dude Urino, he's kind of like writing about the fires on the paper. It keeps escalating. Osanai warns him, bro, chill. You did your job. You can stop now. He's trying to fly closer to the sun and he's gonna get burned. Like literally maybe. But it looks like Osanai is starting the fires. Kobato wants to stop her. Also, there's like some drama where their significant other kind of breaks up with them. Urino also tries to kiss Osanai last episode, but then she kind of blocks it. And she's like, okay, bro, do you? So it's kind of insane, him trying to go against Osanai. Like, bro, it's all kind of building up upon Urino's downfall. Yeah, it'll probably end with Kobato and Osanai getting back together. But yeah, kind of like an insane mystery. The vibes are pretty interesting in season 2. We're not eating sweets anymore. We're literally in the middle of this arson plot line. I kind of want it to end just because I'm kind of scared and I feel bad of what's going to happen. But yeah, besides that, Shoshimin, pretty chill, high quality, kind of like mystery high school show. And then we also have 2B Hero X, unique show again. So yeah, I mean, Chinese production, it's so high quality, like comic book type superheroes. Like the story I thought at first wasn't too original, but then episode by episode, so entertaining. We see like new heroes with different side stories. It's basically about a world where the heroes are kind of like manufactured by people, but then they still like fight villains or still like criminals in this world. Episode 3 is pretty cool. We see like this unique hero that can only stand up, so like one of the villains was trying to save him. Episode 4 kind of revolves around Linling trying to reveal its identity to save Moon, but he didn't really have to. But yeah, basically Moon died at the end of episode 4. Very shocking. I don't know what's happening there, but yeah, again, like I love the animation here. Like it's like a 3D type anime, but like when there's like actual like kind of cool fight scenes they lock in, it changes to 2D art style, which is like pretty sick. Just like a lot of like comic book framing and panels. So it does feel a bit like Chinese Invincible, very unique. And the story is delivering. We also have the Guilty Gear anime episode 5. So yeah, I've been liking this story. It's a bit confusing sometimes, like all this explanation, but all you need to know, gears are evil, so Unika's trying to kill them all. We see that she's from the future. That's why she's kind of so powerful. And then we see this guy Nerval. So he's kind of like the evil mad scientist. So yeah, apparently he's Unika's father, but not really, because Unika is actually Sin's little brother. So yeah, again, a lot of questions. We don't know, but basically Unika's sent from the future to save this world by destroying all gears, because gears are the cause of like the next crusade. The problem is like her actions kind of cause Sin to be infected, and since Sin is like a control gear, he sends a command because he's infected by the virus for all the gears to kill themselves. And then since since Unica is also a control type gear, she does a counter command and then tells all the gears to live. So like most of the gears kind of go berserk with these kind of like conflicting commands. And then more of the other characters, you know, Soul Bad Guy, Jacko, Bridget, they're trying to save people. So Sin becoming evil is kind of sad. I wonder what's gonna happen, but I feel bad. I don't want Sin or Unica to get hurt. I've been attached to these characters for 5 episodes, bro, please. But I guess we'll see what's gonna happen as, like, you know, shit's popping off in Guilty Gear. We also have Lazarus, so yeah, there's like 5 episodes so far. I'm not really a huge fan of this anime, but it's kind of like Cowboy Bebop without the sauce. Like, the main character, obviously, like Spike Spiegel. Same director, Watanabe, working on it, but something about it is a bit boring, unfortunately, in my opinion. I'll probably pick up, but, you know, 5 episodes, I'm still not, like, feeling it. Basically, we're just going on some random adventures to get closer, get more information about the dude who like kind of made the virus, you know, trying to get the vaccine. But yeah, none of these missions really amount to anything, you know, just like random stories. But yeah, you know, the dude's kind of like fucking shit up. Cool kind of like fight scenes sometimes, and then, you know, charismatic characters. So, you know, the vibes are cool action. But yeah, something about the story is a bit whatever. We have the ninja and assassin living together anime. This one's kind of like a feel bad brain rot comedy show. I do like it, you know, Shaft kind of like neck twist and like the, you know, very surreal type of story where like a girl just like murdering people and turning their body into leaves. It looks like there is some silver lining where the main ninja girl Satoko, she can actually turn things back from leaves back to normal. So yeah, maybe she can bring back all the people that died. So yeah, I guess that'll be the silver lining, because it did feel bad for these characters to just get murdered. But I guess, you know, nothing matters. Basically, the characters are living with each other, some Yuri situations, and it's like a crazy ass comedy show that makes you feel bad sometimes. Oh my god, there's so many other shows to talk about. I guess My Hero Vigilantes real quick. We have 4 episodes. This one we've kind of located one of the source of the drug spreaders. It's like this girl with bee powers. And it looks like she's like manipulating people and, you know, turning them into villains. Koichi and his squad, Knuckle Duster and Pop Step, they're getting stronger training. It was interesting because Koichi was kind of like working with one of the pro heroes. He was like the previous Ingenium, and they kind of like taught Koichi how to like drift a bit better, easier, and now he can like move faster. So, you know, characters are getting a bit stronger. Hopefully it'll like help them in the future fights. But yeah, more training as more villains are kind of like coming through. We also have Once Upon a Witch's Death. I mean, I really love this show. Like, each episode, I really love the main character, Meg Raspberry. Her dialogue is so nice. Like, I need a girl like her in real life, just like talking to me, teasing me. So yeah, I mean, she has like a comeback, like everything. She's very contagious, helps people. It's like a perfect character. I mean, problem is she's gonna die. Can't get the tears fast enough, unfortunately. But she's working with Sophie, who's kind of like one of the strongest mages around here. Sophie hates magic, but Meg like tells her about like the beauty of magic. Like, she met all these people with magic, she's able to help people. Yeah, it's cool to see like both of their points of view. Sophie's really sad though, hearing that Meg will die soon. Yeah, I mean, the emotions are real here. She hasn't gotten that many tears. I think she got 1 this episode. Very good. Like, Meg's such a great main character to kind of drive things, and like, I'm kind of scared because we're almost halfway through the anime. We're nowhere near close. So maybe I do gotta read the source material to find out more. We also have Summer Pockets, 4 episodes. You know, visual novel anime continues. More girls out here. We kind of meet one of the Chuni pirate treasure hunting girls, just shows up on the island randomly. It looks like the main character kind of knows her, and he might have memory loss for some reason. I don't know. But basically, you know, treasure hunting plus random fan service moments. The main dude kind of going through adventures on this island with a different girl each episode. So, decent quality, cute moments, and I guess we'll see like where the story goes as we kind of like hang out with more girls on the island. You also have the Lycoris Recoil shorts, Friends Are the Thieves of Time. Very amazing. We have 3 of them. I think we're gonna have 6 total. They're very short though, like 3-minute episodes, but bro, second episode so funny with like the mugger actually coming through their cafe. Zatsu disarming him, being like, yo, welcome. That was cute. All of these episodes are very nice. So yeah, it's like more like Lycoris Recoil. I love it. I love these shorts. You know, hopefully season 2 coming in the future. But yeah, that's there. There's Apocalypse Hotel, crazy anime again. Similar to like the ninja comedy show where it's just like very surreal. Like funny situations. So there's like the Tanuki family. Here there's actually like a kind of insane fight scene where there's like the sandworm coming out, so they have to defeat it. The girl raccoon kind of like helps out, and you know, Yachio's kind of like running low on batteries. The Aponko has to kind of like defeat the worm herself. She's able to stab it a bit. Yachio kind of controls the bulldozer, and they're able to like kind of hook it up and defeat it. So defeat the sandworm, you know, random like crazy adventures in this hotel. It's a very fun anime, unique story, and you know, all these like alien guests coming into this hotel. We also have Gundam GQuuuuuX, you know, very cute. cute. Again, episode 4. There's some new stuff happening, some new characters here as Machu and Neon are like hanging out. Previous episodes were kind of backstories on like, this world of Gundam. Stuff on planet Earth, like the Federation and some like the military leaders. Here we see a character called the Witch, kind of like controlling one of these Gundams. Machu has to deal with her. Yeah, that's going on. Unique show, very fun. So yeah, I like the music as well. Also quickly talking about some fantasy shows that I missed. Beginning after the end. Animation has not improved, unfortunately. But I mean, the author, he wants people to stick with it. Story's, again, pretty popular, I think. So basically a main character, he gets like, powers like Rudius, gets this like kind of like dragon power with him. He meets like this elf girl slave, kind of like Sylphie, so they kind of hang out. Oh, he also got separated from his family, so it's trying to like locate them again. So yeah, our little boy Arthur, the aura farming baby, he's in the elf kingdom now and just like doing fantasy shit. Also, we have the 2 perfect saints. Not that much to talk about, just like Philia being overpowered, but like making friends and connections. It's really cool. So she's getting closer to the prince, learning more about others, and then we see like there's also more monsters coming in as well she has to deal with. So the story's kind of like building up to something. We have Catch Me at the Ballpark. Nothing much to say, just more like kind of daily life working in this like baseball stadium. Main character, he's kind of risking up a lot of the girls though, so that's kind of interesting. So that's going on, like the kind of food vendor lady, the beer lady, and also one of his coworkers. And yeah, I think that's it for most of the shows I've been keeping up with. Like there's some I missed, like Country Bumpkin Fantasy Show. I do not care about this 50-year-old man and all these like 20-year-old girls thirsting after him. There's like the Galactic Empire Isekai. It kind of resumed after like a 3-episode drop, so we have 5 episodes. It's okay, kind of funny. There's mono, like cute girls in the photography club. There's the boy-girl friendship anime. Will a boy-girl friendship survive? This one is so annoying. For multiple reasons, main girl is such a gaslighter, but besides that, it's so unrealistic, so annoying. It's not a real friendship, it's just anime bullshit. We have some other mystery shows, Dinner Table Detective, it's fine, Mononoke Lecture Logs. They're just, people solving mysteries, talking. And yeah, there's also Uma Musume Cinderella Grey. Quality's pretty decent, Side Game's working on it. Uma Musume's super popular, the game at least, in Japan. But thank you for watching. I'm back. I'm probably gonna like not do this weekly anymore, this like kind of anime review. Maybe once every 3 weeks, that's like less hectic. Gives me time to catch up with more stuff. And let me know what shows you're watching this season, as I'll see you next week. Peace.